Okay. Like, if this don't work, I'm not giving up on y'all yet. Not yet. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. I don't think my water is warm anymore. Honestly, I done forgot if I even put gel. I think I've put gel in this. I might actually be putting too much now. I hope you can't hear my spaceship of a MacBook trying to breathe too bad right now. It's so upsetting when my stuff like when that was the first time that my stream like actually just like quit on me though. Like it ended my live without me even telling it to. So something was up. But hopefully we got it all figured out. If not, I can just do it from my phone, I'm sure. Maybe. Thank you, Kellen. How are you doing? One more time. Yeah, I didn't know if it was... I couldn't... I don't know. It was just blowing my mind a little bit because, like, usually... This is my first time doing the just chatting. And you would think, because it's not doing all the work to stream the whole game, like the video game, that it would... it'd take a lot less work or it'd be easier. But this is, like, the worst... That was the worst it had been. What did I do with that white clip? Oh. What internet do you have? I have Xfinity. Very limited options. I think at where I live, we just got where we could get AT&T. Fiber optic wires. I don't think I want to say we don't have that. I can't get that where I'm at yet, which is crazy because it's Atlanta, and I feel like there's no spot in Atlanta that should have a dead service, like, or be like a dead zone for service, cell service, or even internet. I have this theory too. Yeah, they do. I have a theory about, you ever notice, like, when you go into places like Walmart and Dollar General, Family Dollar, all that kind of stuff, it's always the worst connection in there. And they say it's because of what the roof's made out of, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, all these other businesses, they have great service in there, phone service. So it's like, what y'all trying to... Is it something to keep the employees off? Either way. I don't know. I don't like it. Also, it doesn't make sense, though, because now that we have Apple Pay and like Google Pay and all that kind of stuff, you need connection in those places to use those. Like, you know, like, say for instance Walmart, right? Walmart has, instead of having, they don't do Apple Pay, they do they have their own app, and then you go in the app and it's called Walmart Pay. So you just go in the app and you link your card to the app, and then when you're checking out, you scan the code that's on the machine or whatever, the register, and then that's how you pay with their Walmart Pay. And I felt like the first time that I tried using that, the service was so bad in there that like it just wasn't loading. It wasn't coming up. The app wasn't for me to be able to scan the thing. And the anxiety that gave me, it felt like I was a kid and I'd gone to Walmart with my mom, and I got up to the register and she put like $1,000 worth of stuff up there, and then just like deuces, dipped. It gave me like anxiety like that. I don't know. It's also like the anxiety of whenever you have a card and it's not working and you know you have money on there, then it's not working so much to the fact where you're just like second guessing. I don't know. The fear of being poor, not being poor, but yeah, like when you go so many times with having your card decline and all that kind of stuff, you know, just being down and outs, it really does leave like PTSD on, like, there's no reason why, if I know I have money in my account, that I should be nervous when I get to the register if it's going to work or not. It's like, I think from childhood, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from, but it gives me anxiety. Also, it gives me anxiety because if something is wrong, I won't have the fucking service in the store to figure it out. And then I look like my car is declining. And then you gotta explain to everybody, I'm sorry, my phone service. I'm sorry. I swear, I'm not that broke. One more time. Target be having good service though. They want you to be able to tell people to come in there. Walmart just don't give a shit. Don't. And if you think about it, Walmart has always been just so dingy. Like, think back to whenever their logo was the smiley face dude. Like, I don't know. It's almost like when I think about Tuesdays, I just think of darkness. And when I think about my trips to Walmart, I always picture it being super rainy outside. Kind of cold. It's a humbling place. I say that. Is that kind of like ASMR right now? I just noticed because now that I'm doing this side, that it's going to be, I'll open the mic. ASMR. I need one of those fluffy mics. I think TikTok has ruined my brain because they have so many ASMR-esque TikToks of people like making coffee and stuff. that I automatically think about that whenever I'm pouring something or something like that. I just get in this like ASMR freeze moment. I'm like, ooh, sounds so nice. But it's also ASMR is cool as fuck because I don't know if there's color psychology, so sound psychology has to be a thing. But how something like ASMR can calm someone down blows my mind. However, I have heard people say that mukbangs calm them down. And I don't know how. I don't know how. I do want to do a mukbang though. But I'm not doing the whole 2,000 calorie thing. Like I don't want to walk away feeling like I might have to get my stomach pumped. I just want to eat really good seafood boil on camera and talk to y'all. Make a career out of it, honestly. Like if I got paid just to eat seafood boils, first off, I'm in Atlanta. The options are endless. You started networking under your gaming page? You'll have to follow me on here so I can follow you back. Gaming name. I still see your regular name. Speaking of being bald, which this is 2 failed streams ago, and my fear of cutting my hair really short because I have a clinically abnormal sized head. It's very large. The large hair will fool you. But you braid this shit down, baby. This noggin is like a bowling ball, size 12. But I'm done following big streamers and supporting people and just not getting it. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I'll get back to my fear of being bald, or not bald, but having short hair and having a big head. But anyways, no, yeah, I'll say one thing that I've realized when it comes to streaming, and from the jump though, the community has been very, like, and they've at least offered support. And I say that to say, like, they're like, oh, you're getting into it? You know, ask me if you have any questions, da 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 blah blah. But that's different than, like, I mean, that's support that I really don't be asking people for help or advice because I'm a Gemini and I'm hard-headed and yeah. But I don't know. There's a lot of people who were like, oh, you can ask me if you need any advice on streaming, ask me, da da da, blah blah. Oh, I'm so happy you're streaming, blah blah blah. But they don't like actually like come through and watch stuff. But I really don't feel the need to ever complain about it personally because of the people who do support me. It's been fucking like amazing and it's what's made it fun. And I will say, too, out of all the games that I've streamed so far, I think Rocket League has the best, like, fan base. It's very, interactive, for one, as far as them finding me on some, like, you know, through the browse and then following me and just watching my stream. But yeah, I don't know. They're just really nice. I think, like, Rocket League fan base and the support that they have given me on my streams has definitely been a game changer. For sure. Like, I hate that because I really just got serious about streaming like a month ago, kind of ish. Yeah, April, when I got fired. So I like hunkered down and I've been streaming like a lot. But the hours that I put in so far in this past month and the support I've gotten has been like tremendous. And I hate that there's some other streamers who are trying and have been putting in the same amount of hours and don't get it as quickly. But I think it's 100% like Rocket League is to thank, because that's where I want to improve at Rocket League. I need a break from is FPS, is that first person shooter? I don't know. In college I studied psychology and sociology. So I'm a prison abolitionist, and that's what, like, undergrad you don't really have an emphasis, but since I went to UGA, there were so many options that you could kind of have an emphasis. So like I did the classes I could do, and programs. I did stuff that dealt with incarceration or, poverty, all that kind of stuff. Perseverance and hard work does pay off, but also it can be the amount of time that you not sacrifice, but you do put into streaming. I can definitely see like losing that momentum, or like, I don't know. So yeah, whenever I was streaming before I started playing Rocket League and streaming Rocket League, it was I didn't get excited to stream when I was just doing Call of Duty, and I think I try and get Grand Theft Auto, which when I get a PC I will go back to Grand Theft Auto, but it's kind of pointless on PlayStation because I want to do all the fun cool stuff that you get with mods. What I think your sign is? Hell, I don't know. I would have to. I can get someone's sign better if you have to be some kind of like maybe Scorpio. No. Capricorn. Capricorn's January? I don't know much about Capricorns. I know the most about Geminis, obviously, because I'm a Gemini. And then Scorpios, because Scorpios deserve the bad rep that Geminis get. They are the true not monsters, but they can be. They can very much like switch like that, and they just feel very passionately about anything that they believe. And no, I don't need to say that, but like in the sense of basically like you could tell a Scorpio, hey, the sky is blue, and they'd be like, no, you dummy, it's green or yellow or blah blah blah, and you'd be like, okay, bet. You come back with 50 empirical articles and these studies and all these results that prove that the sky is blue, and they would be like, I ain't reading that, I ain't got time for that, the sky's green. So they're very stuck in their ways, shall I say. And I feel like Geminis are more flexible. Passion's good for certain things, but I feel like, I don't know, once you get past the point of being able to learn about things, then I feel like you just, I don't know, you can't be an expert at everything and on everything. And also, you aren't the only person in this world, and it takes, being open to other people's ideas, even if it makes you uncomfortable or even if it's not what you believe. And that's what I meant when, like, I say I feel like Scorpios are very passionate about, like, a lot of stuff. I think it's, like, to a fault in a way. They're loyal as hell. Well, No, they're not. No, they're not. No, 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 no. I lied. They're not. At least men aren't. I try to be well read on a lot of different topics. Yeah. I love reading, and I prefer reading nonfiction, and I really want to get out of that because I need to do better about having an escape when I read. But I just love learning, and I feel like you can't do that with fiction. But with nonfiction, especially what, with me and prison abolition work and all that kind of stuff and studies, the books that I would be reading would just be like different pipelines to, prison. And it was basically like every book was about how fucked up this country is, and especially to people who have the same identities as I do. But reading that all the time, like, yeah, it's important to know, like, and be quote unquote woke about stuff, but you're only one person, and reading all that and then just knowing all that and having that like heavy on you all the time is yeah, it's taxing. Like, it can make you feel so helpless. So I had to stop reading nonfiction. I'll tell you, okay, so one of my favorite nonfiction books is did I finish? One of my favorite nonfiction books is this book called it's about internet addiction. Fuck. Damn, what is it called? Internet addiction. Hold on, let me look it up. Is it Irresistible? I think it is Irresistible. Book about internet addiction. Irresistible, yeah. Oh yeah. Social media is definitely an addiction, but Irresistible breaks it down, and that book, that's like my favorite nonfiction book because one, they have like just the science that they use to, like, prove their points and all that kind of jazz and everything. It was just so easy to make it applicable to anyone. But it's mind blowing. Like, one of the things that, because you think about internet addiction and all that kind of stuff. Well, one, you don't really think about internet addiction. You think of just addiction to social media. But gaming would be considered an internet addiction. So, like, did you know they have whole rehab facilities for World of Warcraft players? Like, legit, it's like, same as a rehab facility for any other addiction. But and the science behind why, because the World of Warcraft is considered the most addicting game, and the science behind why that is just mind blowing. And yeah, I read that book right at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was like, oh fuck, because you learn it in it as well. It talks about how the like having relationships on the internet and conversation, all that kind of stuff, having interactions on there is completely different than in person. Because, say for instance, so there's like a lot of social cues that you pick up on in person that you can't in like on the phone. So when you're FaceTiming, you can't make eye contact with each other. So like shows like it makes shows like 90 Day Fiance makes sense, where it's like these people have been talking for months and years on the phone, and it's all fine and dandy, but whenever they meet in person, it's like completely different, and they don't know how, it's like awkward. They don't know how to interact, and that's because it's literally like a different relationship. But the social cues are so important, and then you learn, or it talks about how certain social cues, you pick them up at very specific ages, and if you don't learn them then you can never like actually learn them, like fully learn them. So for instance, picking up on social cues is actually something that we like the important time, the critical time for you to learn all that is like in your I think preteen years. But like basically middle school going into high school, and like reading that, and then just thinking about how with the pandemic how many kids are going without that social interaction, and then how much like of their social life actually became just like online. It's scary. Like oh wow, social cues, picking up on social cues. um but yeah, I'm very curious how um like the studies that will come out, about the effects of the pandemic on, developing all these skills and just like all that kind of jazz, and the teenage psyche, especially for kids that are going to school or whatever. But yeah, but like it's also one of those things about the book that kind of does make you angry, is the fact that like people that create these very addicting games and these very addicting devices, they know how addicting they know how addicting it is and how bad it is like to have it in your home and whatnot. So like Steve Jobs, his children weren't able, he didn't allow his children to have iPads, and iPads are apparently like super addicting, whatever. And then there's another game. I don't know if it's World of Warcraft or yeah, but there's another game where like the creator of it, she won't let her children like play the game. So yeah, it's like they're pumping out these things that they won't even allow in their own home because of the effects that they have on people's like psyche. And that shit just blows my mind. It's like Apple Watch is one of them. Your iPad, TV is one, and I'll say this. They talk about like how much the radio waves, all that kind of stuff from, or it's not even that. It's like something that's emitted from the blue light that comes from screens and whatnot. It keeps you up and all this kind of stuff. So like people think if they turn their TV off that they're good, but nah. It's like still sending out all this stuff and whatnot, and even your phone. Like think about how close we always are to our phone, and I enjoy talking to you. Yeah, too. But like we fall asleep with our phone right there, and those the rays or waves or whatever are always like yeah. So they in the book they talked about how like you should sleep with your phone off and get a like a digital clock and use that for your alarms and all that kind of stuff. And I did that, and it actually helped with my sleeping a lot. I don't do it anymore. I need to go back to it, but I think that's definitely something that people should give a go or try it. Like take your TVs out of your room, your bedroom, like all electronics out of your bedroom, and then yeah, just having a space where you like disconnect from all that. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Um, Also at night though, like that's the most that I consume social media. Like this is the most I'm strolling, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna stroll until I get sleepy, but it's like you're not gonna get sleepy because you're scrolling through your phone. That shit's gonna keep you up. You have to be drained of all energy to fall asleep. I just have to shut the hell up. I have to either have to shut the hell up or turn my devices off. Um, to go to sleep. There's this app called Mantra. It's like Mantra. Uh, and it like sends you affirmations and whatnot, and that helps me a lot. Like it will send you stuff like at night, and it helps like I don't know, helps you feel like um, I don't know. It makes you feel like kind of in control of all that jazz as far as like your psyche when you're going to sleep and then when you're doing this and that, because you can like personalize your notification or like what it gives you affirmations about. So like sleeping can be one, working out can be one, your social life. What am I looking for? But like at night it tells me like, you know, it sends me affirmations like, you know, I have had a good day of work or whatever, yada yada, and I'm going to thank my body by getting a good night's rest and blah 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 blah. And it kind of like, I don't know, it makes you want to do better for yourself, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But like your body's so strong. That should be keeping you going. So it's like there are things that it needs. Sleeping one of them. Nutrition, all that kind of stuff. It's like be kinder to yourself. I feel like a lot of us beat ourselves up a lot. But and especially our bodies. That should be carrying us through everything. And I will say this, I have the worst diet. So it's not like I'm over here treating my body like a temple, and I don't work out like that. But even things like having plants in your room or like color psychology, so having, you know, wearing brighter colors, or going outside and like walking in the grass barefoot. Like there's the earth gives off electrical, you know, currents or whatever. Is it currents? Is that what I'm thinking of? Whatever. Like electric waves, whatever. Yeah, it transfers to your body. Yeah, that way, and it's like really good for you. And I think that a lot of times when we think about like doing better for ourselves and whatnot, we always think go to the gym. Something about relationships. We think about like eating better, all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah. But there's like little things that you can do that really will help. So like that, say for instance, I say all that to say, like taking a break from all the electronics and sleeping in a room without your TV and not watching TV like an hour. I think it's like you shouldn't watch TV or like be scrolling through your phone within an hour of going to sleep. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, you can ask me yes, ask me for my advice. So I say yes, you can ask me for your advice. Actually, I'm probably gonna start doing this streaming while I like do my hair stuff from now on, because this has really helped not make it so miserable. Because when I do it in my room, I'll just be watching like Love After Lockup or some kind of reality show or a podcast. But it just feels so long. It takes so long. But honestly, like I said earlier, I wash my hair and then I put deep conditioner in it, like a deep conditioning treatment in it, and then I put 2 shower caps on, and then I went outside and I did like 3 or 4, I think it was like 3, I'm being dramatic, 3 hours of out yard work, and I just let the heat, usually I sit under my steamer for that heat and everything, but I was outside, and yeah, I let that heat do its magic and whatnot, and I think that's the key, because my hair is actually doing really good right now. What advice would you give a young guy trying to date someone older and more experienced? One, Google can be your friend if there are things. Google and Reddit. Reddit's my favorite search engine. But more than likely, there's someone out there who has asked the same exact question you have just asked. So if you like go to Google and you say Reddit, you type in like Reddit, dating someone older, and then stuff will come up and it's, like there will be older women that'll be, or older people that will be on there, that are giving advice to people that are younger, and there'll be people around there that are younger just giving advice on how to do that, all kind of jazz. So that's one way, is like finding people who have actually really done it. But what do you say, like, more experience? Are we talking about just like kind of experience? Like, what kind of experience are we talking about? Just like in life? I will say this: if you're trying to date someone that's older, do not rush your life to get to the level that they are mentally or whatever, or like job wise, career wise, or anything like that. Like, I feel like sometimes when we like dating someone older, they've already been through all that kind of jazz. Like, they've already been through all the experiences that you're going through, and they're ready to settle down. And I feel like a lot of times people sacrifice all the fun that their partner, the partner that's older, got to have, because they're just like, they're trying to be, the younger one is trying to appease to the other one's maturity levels, or like levels of wisdom or whatever. I don't know. It's overall more experience. Also, though, yeah. And when it comes to dating someone older as well, you have to think about, like, well, how old are you first? It's like, for me, the world that we grew up in, or growing up in, like, or I'll be 27 June 1st. So, like, dating someone older, like, say, late 30s, 40s plus, the time that we grew up in is very different than the time that they grew up in. So, like, they might be more experienced, but in a world that isn't here anymore. If that makes sense. Like, the wisdom that they got on and learned back then can't really be applied to the world we're in now. So it's like, you can't really look at it like they're just so much wiser than you, and blah 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 blah. Yeah. That's one problem I do have with dating older people is their outdated, like, beliefs and whatnot. Especially conservative people. How much older is this person that you are talking about? Or are you just asking because you're just wanting to date someone older? You're welcome. It's about hot as a bitch in here now. 78 degrees. I like the sunlight. Don't get in your head too much. We're all people. Late 20s, early 30s. Oh my god. I thought you were sitting here talking about someone in their like 40s or something. Man, I'll tell you this. So 23, first off, I mean, I do get it because I feel like the ages of how much you mature and how much you learn about the world, ages like 18 through 21 is so different than your, well, not really. I feel like it's kind of on, I mean, it's a little bit better, but like 25 and up is just a different ball game. So it can be like a little different, but so, especially with how the world is now, and how shit has been left for us to deal with, what we think that we should have figured out in our 20s or in like late 20s or whatever, most people aren't figuring out until like 30, 40. So don't put pressure on yourself as well to figure any of that shit out. Can't really figure life out either. You can't plan it. You just go through it. You can't enjoy it if you're not being present. Just manifest. That's what I do. Like, yeah, I'm not religious, so I feel like manifesting is kind of like a spiritual person's prayer in a way, but I'm not asking anyone for anything. I'm like speaking it into existence. But I just know that everyone's journey is very different, and so there's no one's journey or path that I can follow and it apply to my life the way, it should. Not it should, but the way that I want my life plan to be. I don't want to make any decision based off of I feel like I keep going through this part, but it's like tangled. I just don't want to be living life like I don't want to be living life through The Art of War. Living it, doing things and chasing things that other people told me to like or to want. I think that's my favorite takeaway from damn it. My favorite takeaway and one of my biggest takeaways from COVID was dang it, I couldn't see. Hi Kyle. One of my biggest takeaways from like 2020 was that I have never really experienced silence, if that makes sense. Like, not the kind of silence that I had 2020 when we were all shut down. Like, I was either at school, you're always talking to me about school, you're always on social media, so you're always looking at everyone else's stuff, blah, blah. Or work, you just are always around so many other people and their ideas. And 2020, being like isolated, especially because my mom and I both got it at the very beginning, so in March, and I didn't test negative for it for like 6 weeks, so we we're chilling in the country by ourselves, but it was so quiet and peaceful that I was able to sit back and think like about all the shit that I do and say I enjoy and all that kind of jazz. None of it was stuff that I actually enjoyed. It just made me realize how much of my life I was living like to get the fuck off or keep or anything like that. Stuff that other people have told me that I should want, keep, blah 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 blah. So I had the silence to actually sit around and figure out what the fuck I liked, and very very grateful for it. Yeah. How did it change your outlook? Mm-mm-mm. You know what's crazy? Mine was kind of like one of the realizations I had. Also surrounded by self. Yeah. One of the things I realized was I'm hyper independent. Like I don't know when to ask for help. And then it gives me like crippling anxiety when I let it all build up. And then I like end up in a situation where if I would have just asked someone for help whenever I first realized it was becoming a problem or whatever, then I wouldn't be in that situation. But yeah. So I gotta start asking people for help. How long have you been streaming? That's also something with streaming as well. Like I make my own rules when it comes to life and anything like that. Like I like to push boundaries and whatnot, and I'm very unconventional in a lot of ways. But with streaming, like I really never watched other people stream. And I mean now I'll watch my friends stream or whatever, but oh my stomach hurts. Who I exude is very me, and I feel like a lot of people don't use their actual like personality and all that kind of stuff for their streams and whatnot. And so it's a good thing about me not watching other people's stuff, because I mean you're gonna subconsciously compare yourself to people, I think. I have streamed yet, but I made content. So you were like recording and then editing and then putting the stuff up? I will say though, I've learned, especially lately, to kind of take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt when it comes to other people and what they do and don't do for me. Because I think, so for me, I'm ADHD as fuck. ADHD so much that there's so much and so many people and so many things that I forget about, or that just feel like such a hard task for me to do, that, like, I understand. I don't get super offended when people don't reciprocate energy that I feel like they should. But then he also, should is a killer. Stop using should. Yeah. Honestly, I don't. That's one thing about ADHD that people really don't talk about, is how hard it is to make yourself do tasks and, like, do things like watching my streams over, not doing it to get edits. And it's unfortunate because that would actually help me a lot. But I really want to just pay someone to do it. Has what? Oh, ADHD. Yeah, it's just really hard to focus. Focus. Oh yeah, when they're younger. Yeah, I don't care for the ADHD medicine for children and all that jazz. Because first off, no kid needs to be in a fucking classroom sitting still for 8 hours a day. Like, them being jittery, them wanting to move around, is them just being a kid. So is it ADHD or is it I'm just a kid when it comes to that setting? Because also, like, just the different ways that people learn and stuff. There's some kids that just can't learn by just sitting there and listening. So which granted, teachers are not paid near enough for me to be sitting here talking about what they need to do and what they don't need to do. But in a perfect world, the schools would be would have a lot more what's it called? Has a lot more, I don't want to say accessible stuff, but I don't know, if our schools were designed and our education system was designed in a way that understood that everyone's different, and we didn't have stuff like standardized tests, which is hell, and just like stuff like that to test every student's what's it called? Yeah, that's like gaming. I understand gaming can be it can be a distraction for sure. But, like, it's like, think about that one kid who, I think he was like 15, that won the what was it, the Fortnite tournament, and he won like millions of dollars. Imagine if his mom would have been like, no, stop playing that game so much, because he had to play for hours and hours and hours to get that good. Which is a toss-up, just like we were talking about how that book, internet addiction, and then being online so much during those ages. Yeah, you're sacrificing. He's probably sacrificing some sort of something. But either way, like, I hate that people try to make people feel like you have to grow out of cartoons or grow out of video games, all that kind of stuff, because first off, adults are the ones that are making all this stuff, and it's a great career to be doing what you love. And that's one thing I really love about my mom. When I was younger, anything I ever expressed interest in, she would do her best to like help me explore it. Like I wanted to learn how to play guitar, I got a guitar and like a CD thing and this book to teach myself how to play. And I was still just interested in music, so she got me like this like DJ set thing. Whenever I wanted to be a teacher, she was a parapro at school, and so she would bring home like extra like sheets and all this kind of stuff from the school, so that way I could pretend I was a teacher and whatnot. I wanted to play softball, so she was like, let's try rec baseball first. And I'm glad she did that because I went the whole season without touching a single base except when I got hit by a pitch. And then we still got out before I was able to make it home, so yeah. But she has always she's given me advice the best she could. One, she knows I'm hard-headed, and yeah, but I'm so thankful that she has always made me feel like I could explore anything I was interested in, and it's okay if that doesn't go anywhere. It's okay to try something and not like it. Because I will try. You never know until you try. But yeah, she's dope. She's actually the reason why, like, I'm sitting here talking to you and streaming. Because I've been gaming since I was 3. And so, like, she got me so many learning and all that kind of stuff, video games. And she got me my first systems when I was 5. And she's never told me I was getting too old for whatever. But, like, her letting me hold on to that stuff and not trying to push me to grow up and get rid of things that are childlike or whatever and things that make me happy. She is definitely 100% the reason why I'm able to be the creative I am today. At least you get to, yeah. Very thankful for mom and grandmother. Gaming is definitely my first passion. What's your favorite game? Your Star Wars? I never played any of the Star Wars games. The closest I probably got was like the Lego Star Wars. I don't even know if I could tell you my favorite game. I know it'd be a PlayStation 2 game. Maybe. Yeah, more than likely. Because that's my favorite system. I think that I had the best, I think PS2 had the best games out of any system. Yeah, I still have my PlayStation 2. Oh, actually, look. I did a photo shoot, and so I brought out the PlayStation 2 games I still have. I have more, but first off, this is how I learned how to... I'm sitting here doing this like, the camera's over here, it's over here. This is how I learned how to play golf. It's fun as shit. Hot shot golf. Yeah. And I still have it in here, so, I have to get a cord to be able to stream off of here. But once I get that cord, I'm definitely going to be doing some nostalgic PS2 blah blah blah. And I still have my Game Boy Advance SP. But I have Thrillville still, which was cool. But I always had Roller Coaster Tycoon, so I felt like this is like a ripoff kind of thing. And I just like Roller Coaster Tycoon more. But that was also, Roller Coaster Tycoon is on a computer, so obviously you're going to be able to do a lot more in that and customize a lot more than on console. Got San Andreas, Armageddon. Upstairs in my attic I have Kingdom Hearts 2, Jak and Daxter, a bunch of other stuff. But Kingdom Hearts 2. Actually, Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably my favorite game until Kingdom Hearts 3. And Kingdom Hearts 3 ruined it for me. A good thing is, a lot of this stuff is you're able to download it digitally. Do you have a gaming computer? If I had a gaming computer, oh yeah, I would already be streaming all this shit. But I only have MacBooks and I stream off a console. So like I'm not gonna download, especially a new MacBook Pro. I'm not downloading the stuff to put Windows on here. I'll just deal with it until I get a computer. Well, Chromebook is, I don't know if that'd be powerful enough to stream, whatnot. But hey, when it comes to, so with your PC, are you paying someone to put it together? Are you putting it together? I'm probably going to Klarna the fuck out of my gaming PC. But I'm going to have someone build it. Which means I can't do that. Unless I buy the pieces, all the parts. It broke my heart when I learned that Valorant was only on PC because I played it at this like esports place. And I fell in love. And then I came home, I was like, oh, I'm going to download it. And they're like, well, you can't because it's not on PlayStation. Yeah. Look on eBay as well. I got my MacBook Pro off of eBay. I got my mom's iPad off of eBay and stuff. And yeah, they legit. It was a lot cheaper. Like I got my MacBook is 2021, yeah. I meant to get the one with the M1 chip, but I didn't pay attention like a dummy and ordered the one that didn't have the M1 chip, but it still works fine. But it was like hundreds of dollars cheaper than if I were to go on Apple and get it. And then not only that, I would yeah, I use Klarna to get my mom's iPad. So Apple doesn't have, I don't think you can use Klarna with Apple. I don't know. And I've been seeing my friend Kyle, he's been streaming Blood Hunt, or the Vampire Masquerade game, and that junk looks So fun, but it's only on PC. I'm gonna have it by the end of the summer. Watch. Honestly, should have saved my money from the Oculus. I got an Oculus 2. And I've used it 3 times since I've had it, which has been months. That could have easily bought like a few parts for my PC. But you don't be thinking like that. Klarna is definitely I love Klarna. For buying stuff. What kind of car do you want? I should have gotten a Tesla. Which I got my car in 2019, so Teslas aren't really like whatever, but the way these gas prices have been, oh my god. And it really wouldn't, like a used Tesla wouldn't have been that much more than my car. Chevy. Don't get Ford. I'm kidding. Do what you want, but I like Chevys better. But my car's a Chevy. They have eco-friendly trucks. Define eco-friendly for a truck. It's like my mom has a Chevy Cruze and it's a diesel. And it's like eco-friendly. I'm like, is anything diesel actually eco-friendly? That little bitch can go though. Like, the way that it speeds up, it goes so fast, so quickly. It sounds like a little go-kart kind of though. Like it sounds like a whole ass diesel. And Chevy Cruze is probably like the smallest Chevy car they have. So it's like small as hell, but they have it sounds like you just crunk up a dually or something. I didn't know that whenever I first got my car, I didn't know that it was going to cut off whenever I stopped. It scared the shit out of me. That's PTSD from one time I was in Taco Bell drive-thru. My first car was a 2000 Grand Cherokee, and everyone knows that those are just terrible and break down all the time. This one break down on me. The fan wasn't working. So, like, if I stopped driving, it stopped getting air in and it would, like, run hot. So, one time, I was at the window at Taco Bell and my car ran hot, broke down right there. And so, when I got my new car and it turned off when I was at, like, the light, I was like, oh no. Oh no. That's so much pressure. Breaking down is a lot of pressure. And it's not even, like, thinking about, like, what you're gonna do is my luck is I always break down. I don't want to say always because I don't break down anymore. Well, kind of, I do sometimes. But, like, it's always in the most inconvenient spots. But I need a new battery, so whenever I turn my, when my car turns off, sometimes it just won't turn back on. And then I gotta put my flashers on, and then it's embarrassing because Atlanta drivers are already, like, aggressive as hell. And it never happens when I'm in the back of, like, a line at the light. It's always when I'm at front. God damn it. Yeah. It's just like if I'm in South Georgia, it's easier. Not easier, but it's not as like anxiety inducing if like when I was down there and I had the Cherokee breaking down because my family, they race cars, and so they have a bunch of race car trailers and stuff. So anytime I would break down or something, if I needed to be picked up, I don't have to call anyone to tow me. They'll come get it, and then a lot of times they can fix it on their own. But up here, don't have that. So like breaking down up here is like automatically you think about all the expenses and whatnot, and yeah. In South Georgia, what part? South Georgia is a very special place. Out where though? Albany? Valdosta? Trying to think of where it has schools. Are you talking about college? Mm. Yeah, I was raised like southwest Georgia, so I was one county above Florida, two counties across or over from Alabama. So I was like 40 minutes away from Tallahassee. Oh, high school, yeah. Never mind. Let's say there's a ton of high schools in South Georgia. That's also where like so many athletes come from in South Georgia, in high schools. Mm-mm-mm. That's one thing that I think about a lot. Like when I do have a family, if I have a family, whatever, I want them to have the experience that I had growing up in the country and like always having something to do and just having so many prompts to use your imagination and whatnot. Um, and just having space to be like on your own and just go have fun outside and just enjoy being outside. But I don't want to live anywhere like South Georgia because um, they just, it can be a trap. It can definitely be a trap if you stay there. Um, but everyone that wants to be successful in South Georgia, a lot of times, unless you have like family money, so like farms, there's a lot of farms and stuff, so you take over something like that, yeah, you can make some good money and not have to leave there and stay out of trouble, whatever. But most people, like at the schools, so say for instance, my school was like half black, half white. Um, but it was a small school, so like I graduated with 90 people, same 90 people that I started there with in the first grade. Um, but unless you were like in honors and AP classes, uh, you weren't prepared for college. You were just prepared to graduate and get out, or to turn 16 so you can drop out. Like they didn't show you that you had a future. But, who would tell you that you had a future would be the military. So, like, preyed on these our poor schools and whatnot, and, like, made a lot of people feel like going into the military was their only option. Um, but whether it's going into the military or going to college, you just have to get out of South Georgia. To be successful, and that's the thing that sucks is everyone that's successful that's from there, they moved away and then they just don't go back or they don't contribute and give back to there. So it's like if you stay behind in South Georgia, then um a lot of times you just don't have, you're not surrounded by things and people that are pushing to be something besides a small little town kind of thing, and blah 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 blah. I'm glad he told you not to. That's such a big decision at such a young age. My dad was in the military. But there's so many, like, he grew up black and poor, so for him that was like how he was able to put himself through school and all that kind of stuff. So he has an appreciation for it. But I don't know. Like, it can help some people, and it does help some people, I guess, in a way. I don't know, but I think you just have to have a really strong head on your shoulders, going through all that, to be able to, like, not, I don't want to say get brainwashed or anything like that, but to understand, I don't know, the reality of it all. Yeah. I don't like being told what to do, so that's already a no. Like, I can't join the military and have someone yelling in my face. And then my luck, if I were to join the military, they would not move me anywhere I wanted to move. It'd just all be, yeah, no. But honestly, just off the simple fact that they're telling me I had to go here or do this or do that is going to make me not like wherever I'm going off the strength of being told to go there. But yeah, no, I'm not built for all that. Even if it's just for, like, boot camp or whatever. What's it called? Basic training? Yeah, no. And that's the thing. Every time I think about basic training, I think of a hot breath. Because I know the sergeants or whatever that be yelling and telling you to do this, do that. Y'all outside, y'all basically got suits on. Y'all hot as fuck. His breath ain't gonna be cool. His breath's gonna be kicking. And then he's gonna be yelling in your face, and you have to be like, damn, this stank mouth person, I gotta do what the fuck he says. Like, that's one thing to me. Hot breath is offensive. Honestly, truly. Hot breath is offensive. And I will get mad off the strength of hot breath. Tell me what to do when you got hot breath. Can't trust you. Can't trust you. But also because you're not honest with yourself. And how do I know this? Because your mouth is the closest thing to your nose. So that means what's coming out your mouth is hitting your nose. Like, you're right above it. Like, y'all are bunk beds. How do you not smell that shit? And if you smell it and then you just don't do anything about it, you don't care about you just don't care. You don't, just fuck the world. Fuck everyone else. And it's selfish, and that's why it's offensive when people have hot breath. It really just bothers me. Because even, like, hot breath, like, we all have our days, especially after you eat certain things or drink certain things or whatever. Like, your mouth gonna be a little, But it literally, like, bad breath has a taste. So you don't taste it or smell it? Like, what's wrong with your olfactory nerve? What's wrong with you? Just, But yeah, could not have no hot breathed ass sergeant yelling in my face. Not built for it. Don't want to be built for it. Will not withhold that heat. Call me an ice cube. I'm gonna faint. If I had to do that shit, I would just pretend like I fainted. It'd be like a fainting goat. Every time they yell, out. Like a light. Like a light. I have to get honorable discharge. I'm allergic to hot breath. It's really a problem that people don't. I understand there are some people that have issues with their mouth and that causes smells and whatnot, but gum. But most people, you just, first off, you need to drink some water. Your breath smells like that because you ain't drinking water. Put the sweet tea down. Put the Coke down. Put the Mountain Dew down. You don't need that, baby. You need water. And your breath's trying to tell you that. And now everyone else has to be punished because you don't drink water. The smell of a nice hydrated mouth, art. You know anyone that's in your face yelling with hot breath needs to drink more water. Like, think about it. That's good. Your body loves water, so thank you for giving it to them. Y'all, it done got hot as hell up in this room. It's 80 degrees, hell no. Shit, my breath's about to be stinking. The fuck? I want to go downstairs to turn the air on though. I'm almost done. I might have to go down there and turn it. I wish we had a Nest system so I could just change it from my phone. I told my friend to start buying pre-owned controllers with 1-year warranties. Huh? New controllers are like, I thought when the PS5 came out that PS4 controllers would go down in price. A dummy is what I am, because those things are still expensive as hell and I don't understand it. And I made the mistake of trying to be cheap one time and buying a PlayStation 4 controller that wasn't PlayStation brand. Never worked. From the time I took it out of the box to the time I buried it somewhere and forgot about it to existence, it never worked. Y'all, it's too hot for me to think. Hold on, I'm about to have to go. I'm turning this air down real quick. Shit. Move it toots. Yeah, no off-brand controllers. The only time that off-brand really worked was whenever PlayStation 2. But I guess that's probably because it was wired. I never tried playing with those. If it had those though, chances are it was just as expensive as an on-brand one. Yeah, you never splurge on an off-brand anything gaming. Splurging and off-brand don't go together. If I'm getting off-brand, it's because it's got off-brand prices. Splurging is not off-brand prices. Yay, done with this side. One little piece left. My nose ring's fucked up. Yeah. I'd love my hair would just curl like this on its own. Not. If there's anyone out there listening that wants any hair advice, and you have thick hair like me, it may take a while, but go through, when you put your products in, section your hair off and go through each piece and make sure that product gets on every damn strand of your hair. When I tell you that made the biggest difference with my hair, I used to just put product in my hand, go like this, go like that, and that would only be putting product on like a fourth of my hair, if that. Thank you. It was hot. Also, another piece of advice. If you use one of these spray bottles for your hair, you put warm water in it. You know, like if you just spray it regular like that or whatever, that it'll come out cold because, you know, all of the air and whatnot. So if you just put it up to your hair and you do like that, it comes out warm. You as well. Thank you for talking to me. I wonder if someone made a fucked up nursery rhyme for COVID. Like, if you think about all of our nursery rhymes, so many that we, like, learned as children, whatnot, like, morbid. Like, about fucking measles or whatever. What was it? Polio, whatnot. Oppa! And then Jack and Jill went up the hill, and then, like, all that kind of, all those are morbid. And it was Ring Around the Rosie, yeah, that one. And then I forgot the other ones that were whatever. So someone had to have come up with a fucked up nursery rhyme for COVID. Oh, Rain So Sweat. Damn, I didn't even see your comment. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit. I try every day to be better. I really can't see it. How you doing today? And thank you. I love this Ross. It's literally 80 degrees in this room right now, so it's fitting for the occasion. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. Where do y'all get the best naps? I personally think plane. First off, give me a window seat. And as soon as them little wheels come up, your girl's out. Car rides as well. Sam! I'm doing a wash and go, so I washed it, and now I'm doing the go part. So, my hair is super thick, and for my curls to get what they need, I gotta go through in little sections and putting in a foam, a mousse, and then gel. I do this every time I wash my hair. So I just figured I'd do it with y'all. Yeah. Shit tangling. And thank you for the follow, Rain. I don't have my headphones in, or else I would have heard the little alert. Still getting used to my little layout, though, for my stream and the alert stuff. I'm so glad it works, though. The box and the chat. It was really confusing whenever I had the Twitch and the Facebook chats separate. So I like that you can see everything on the screen now. Damn. Probably sounds a little ASMR-y than that earlier, but I really want to hear it like this. I'm like, oh, ASMR. Honestly, that could be my niche. My ASMR niche. It's my hair. The foam. Not long at all. I just cut like 4 inches off. So it goes like right here. I'll show you right here. Yeah, it goes like right there. But I had to cut off a lot. Because I had been dyeing it. But it looks like it'd be a lot longer than it is. But I think it's just the thickness. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Snazzy. Oh, guess what, Sam? I don't know if you played Rocket League lately, but voice chat's back, and I love it. I'm about to fuck with my posture. Yeah, so it's been a minute. I was very surprised when you didn't. Yes, it works. Yeah, it works. I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does work cross-platform. Out of like last night, I streamed for a couple hours, and I think like three people had mics and talked, but I didn't think about the cross-platform thing to ask. Your American accent? Nope. I don't want to hear it, actually, because I want you to have to suffer in silence and hear my English accent, my UK, and I don't have to hear any shit back. I feel like when people do an American accent, they either go for like cowboy, like super country, like cowboy, or they go gnarly dude, like rock star kind of white dude. It does have a mind of its own. Does have a mind of its own. Gnarly dude. Yeah. No one even says gnarly here. Maybe on the skate park, at the skate park, but gnarly. Maybe surfers. I don't know any surfers though, so I don't know any skaters either anymore. In high school I did, or in like middle school and high school. Oh, I wanted to be a skater chick so fucking bad. I went through a cute little emo phase. And we had like a small ass town, 2 red lights, but we had a skate park. Everyone would go hang out there, and then all the skaters would go up there. And I loved the shabby little hair and blah 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 blah. I would go up there. One time I busted my ass so bad, never touched a skateboard at the park again. Hi, Ball. Chef Boyard Primo. Huh? Did I play on words? Ah. Well, thank you for stopping by. Always happy to have you. Doing something different today. I'm doing the just chatting while I do my hair. It's actually helped this. Hasn't helped it go by faster, but it's definitely been a lot more enjoyable than when I do it at home. Not at home, I am home. When I do it by myself. I washed it, so I know you probably heard of like wash and goes. So this is a go part. Except it's supposed to be a very quick process, but not for someone with as much hair as me. But I'm just going through sections and putting mousse and gel in my hair. You need your haircut soon because you get scared of the whole recording. A receding situation. Wait, are you like trying to beat it to the punch, or just getting it cut? Oh. Has someone pushed your shit back, or is that like genetic? It's crazy how much like self-confidence and whatnot What's opposite of confidence? Insecurities come from hairlines. It's a very small part of your body. But then again, like, because I got like a, I wouldn't call it a butt thing, but I got a very small forehead. And then I got these little, like, things here. I don't know what that's called. Maybe I have a widow's peak. I don't know. A receding hairline. I don't know. But, the only time I stare at someone's hairline is if, like, aw, well, you can go ahead and commit to the, you have a beard? But, I went on a date with someone that I met on, I think I met him on, like, one of the dating sites or whatever, and, his hairline made me nauseous, but it wasn't because, like, you know, it was receding or anything like that. It was, but he had, like, the makeup or whatever, and it was, like, very I don't know. I was just staring at it. But he was a doucher, and that's probably why. That's probably why. Yeah. That was definitely one of those dates that people that don't pick up on, like, there's some people that are so wrapped up in themselves that they can't comprehend that they turn some people off, or people might not like them. So we had a horrible date in my eyes, and he had the audacity to try to kiss me afterwards. No. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, that was funny. Not a sex offender. Is it the stash? Or is it like... What is it? The only thing about going bald all the way, like bald on your head and on your face, it looks like... I don't know, you're sick. Oh, no. No. Not crying. Like no. That's so... that's so awkward and uncomfortable. Because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but also, like, this is not what this was supposed to be. I mean... Maybe you're like me and you have to work on your boundaries. Maybe you have to work on your boundaries, and that's something that I have to, like, actively work on, is my boundaries, and like, sacrificing my comfortability and my whatever to be understanding and a good friend to people. Because, like Sam said, get a therapist. I have a therapist and I take antidepressants, so, you know, if I do trauma dump on someone, which I don't, it's after I've exhausted the options that I have to work on myself and whatnot. For someone that's trained to make me feel better. And I don't care for, like, someone that's super solutions oriented. So, like, if I do vent to someone or something like that, usually I don't want advice. I just want to get it out to someone. But if you are that person that's like solution driven or oriented, whatever the fuck it is, then a lot of those conversations you can put pressure on yourself because you feel in some way responsible to help fix it. And a lot of people need to really invest in their own self. And the way that you have to invest in yourself is by protecting yourself. Boundaries. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with venting to anyone. No, there's not that at all. But if we just met, baby, and you're feeling this, I don't want to kick anyone when they're down. Maybe like they tried to get out of the house and they just weren't ready. I don't know, but like, it's still, even in sucky situations, we kind of have to just be accountable, and it's not fair. It feels like it's not fair, but you still put someone else in an uncomfortable situation. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. If you're on a date with someone, though, I don't know. I don't know if it was a first date or what, but hi, Modest. I don't want to trauma bond with anyone, like when we're first getting to know each other. Don't wants to do that. We can talk about what we've been through and how we've gotten somewhere because of the lessons we learned from it, but I don't know. Starting off on that energy of I'm doomed. I want a 4-wheeler. That's fair. The only thing I don't like about dates is it's like why go to therapy when you can just say it is what it is? 'Cause it ain't what it ain't. I don't know. Sounded good though. Something that makes me very uncomfortable is someone that's into me that I'm not into when it comes to like on dates and whatnot. 'Cause like I'm a very friendly person and I just love people. I love talking to people and whatnot. And it makes me have to second guess like the amount of positive energy I put out or the amount of like myself I can put out whenever someone I'm not interested in like that is like taking me just being normal as like flirting and whatnot and blah 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 blah. And I don't like hurting people's feelings or anything like that, but also I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I know myself and I know the vibes I put out whenever I'm not feeling someone versus when I am. And I mean, other people aren't going to know that, obviously. So it's not like don't have that comparison to be able to make to judge or gauge it, but I don't know. Dates can be a lot of pressure to like, it just, I don't know. That's a, I don't know. People don't usually have fun dates. I like fun dates where it's like not super intimate settings and all that kind of stuff like each time. I want something to do something besides dinner. Like, let's do activities. I'd rather learn about you through shit like that than sitting down and having an interview. Which I can sit down and talk to a brick wall, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. But, yeah. Also, I think that escape rooms are a great first date. When I was in DC, we went to yeah, that's where I met Kirk. We went to a miniature golf thing, and that shit was so fun. Like an adult thing inside. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I like doing different shit. Don't ask me to go hiking on the first date though. I watched too much Forensic Files, etc., to be putting myself. That's asking to be murdered. Going on a mountain or anything to hike. Anything that can be hiked can be fallen from or stuffed in a rock. Too many hiding spaces. I mean, that would be like kind of be it'd be like an escape room, like on difficulty on like expert. Huh? Talking about because bogey. Wait, what is it called when you? What? You lost me, Sam. I forgot what it's called when you get a hole in one. Don't give up on me, Sam. I'm gonna show you all this game right here. This, what I do know about golf has come from this. There's not any piece of information I learned about golf that did not come from this game. And it's been a while. It's a PS2 game, so it's been a while since I played hole in one. No. I did play that actually. Wii Sports 1, yeah. That was a dad joke, by the way. The hole in one thing. I don't know what parts I've done. Whatever. Bowling on Wii was my thing for sure. And tennis. I have an Oculus, and I kind of want to start playing games like that on there, but I don't know. Honestly, I have no excuse. I just forget I have it until I'm thinking of new stuff to play. I'm like, damn, I do have an Oculus. I really want to play horror games on it and stream it, but even if I don't stream it, the problem is I get startled very easily, and there's a huge chance that I'm gonna run into a fucking wall. So, yeah. Ha! Okay, the racket joke. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. I like a nice dad joke. Making a lot of racket. It's a good one, Dad. I'm kidding. You're not my father. Obviously. Ah! You should watch YouTube in the UK. Y'all get the same shit we do, right? Yeah, it's not a streaming platform like that. Um uh there's the all deaf dad jokes videos. My friend Rome's been on a few of them, but they're funny as fuck. I love dad jokes. Very dry sense of humor over here. If you found a coffin in your backyard, would you open it? Well, I mean, like, Netflix, we don't have the same Netflix. You would open it? Thank you. Thank you. Key, I don't know how to say, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you Key. Okay. What kind of a bird would you want to be if you could be any bird in the world? If I could be any bird in the world, I'd want to be, I don't know, probably one of the talking ones. No, I don't want to be a parrot, but the other, like this other small one that talks. You'd be an owl. Owls are cool. And I went to this like nature, wildlife, whatever show. It was a bird show. And like we sat on these bleachers, and there was like a post at the top of the bleachers, and then the trainer dude or whatever, he was at the bottom. And so these birds like fly over us to him, and the wingspan of owls is ridiculous. Them bitches are big. And eagles. Here, is my 360 head turn. Except I'm gonna knock over my string. With how much you're going, I'd say you'd be a hummingbird. Ha ha! Or a woodpecker. I would either want to be, damn, even a talking one could get on people's nerves. I was like, I'd want to be a bird that gets on people's nerves. Because you don't kill a woodpecker, and you don't kill a parrot. Or like a talking bird. So, yeah, just be a bird that talks shit. Sounds like the life to me. I think they can turn their head like 200 degrees, maybe. I just had a very dark thought about. Never mind. Okay, but imagine trying to wring an owl's neck. Like, that would be so frustrating. Like, bro, when are you gonna break? Don't know why I just thought about killing an owl. A megalith. Huh? You'd be like a big version of didn't Stuart Little, the bird on Stuart Little, kinda have like that? Well, I wouldn't want to kill an owl, but I was just thinking, how flexible their necks are and how much they can turn. Just imagine getting frustrated because you keep trying to break its neck and it won't. That's very dark. I'm sorry for all my. I love owls. It just. I thought. Old ways? What old ways? Oh, yeah. No, I respect the earth too. That was just literally a dark thought. But nah. Last bit. Not Freeman with Paddington. Oh, you talking about like that kind of old ways. Um, I mean, I don't understand like hunting bears because you're not gonna eat it. So, what we doing here? You know? I personally never had fried bear, but I don't see why I'd wanna. Well, you hunt it for skin and meat. That's why I'm glad. I'm so glad I'm like here today and not back then. That's just so much. Bear hunting sounds so like aggressive. Just. Mm. Also, imagine how. Them clothes had to have stank. People eat bear meat. We first have to send it for testing like boar meat for. Wait, you actually hunt bears? What is a bear, like what's a common bear dish called? And bears are big as shit, first off. It's like hunting a moose. The midgets are big. Or can you hunt moose? Is it only elk? I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm all about trying new shit, but if someone came up to me and said, hey, I got some fried bear, I don't want it. I wouldn't even want a fried gummy bear. Don't need it. For what? What am I going to get out of it? What are you getting out of it? You know what's cool? That's one thing that does like blow my mind about animals is we always think of like the biggest and baddest when it comes to like the most dangerous, but it's always a small little fucker that really be running shit. Like, you know, that one frog that's poison, like one of the most poisonous animals in the world. It's a frog. It ain't gonna bite you, but it be taking bitches out. Blows mine. There's a show on Netflix called like I think it's like World's Most Dangerous Animals or whatever, or Deadliest Animal. I don't know. But I watched the South Africa one, and mind blown. Like, there's an octopus that will kill you. So that's fun. I think there's also like a jellyfish that's like really dangerous. The ocean has a lot of dangerous shit in it. I mean, yeah, we all are all part of nature, but I feel like stomach ulcers from fried gummy bears is self-inflicted. I don't even do the things like when people do the fried Oreo cookies and what all that kind of jazz. No, thank you. Oh shit. I'm done. I'm gonna get my part right. Damn. My neck hurts from. I'm sorry, y'all. Lost shat blood from drinking for Jesus Christ. I mean, interesting. Very interesting. 4 weeks straight? Now, how do you respect nature, but you don't respect human body? 4 weeks straight? Even. I don't know. You shat blood? That means you weren't even, like, trying to take a shit. That means you were trying to, like, basically fart and then blood just... Ugh. I ain't gonna lie, though. When I was a kid, it's like maybe 7 or 8. Me and my cousin were having a farting contest, and I shat myself. And he was like, that sounded like it was more than a fart. And I was like, no, it wasn't. But I'm about to go to the bathroom on some, like, unrelated business. And I went in there. We were at my grandma's house. And I got a Walmart bag, and I put my underwear in there, and I wiped up, and I went outside, and I took the underwear to the big trash can. Why would I say that? Because I feel like... I mean, I was like 7 or 8. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I don't think I ever even told my cousin that I really did shit myself, though. Finally not smart. In between my hair and then fucked up stream, I think it took me 3 hours. But it's been a fun 3 hours. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, have you ever seen Billy Madison and, like, the kid pees on himself? So Billy puts water on himself. It's like, everyone pees on themselves because it's cool. That'll be my story. Everyone shits himself one time. It's cool. But you only get one time. And, like, it has to happen before a certain age. Unless you're, like, really, really sick. I'll give you that. But if you're having a farting contest after the age of 10, yeah. I don't know how excusable that is. Now, peeing on yourself is a different story. Because, I ain't gonna lie. When I was like, it was like 2017, I had high-waisted shorts on, And freaking reasons. No, you already said it. I was wearing these high-waisted shorts, and the band wasn't adjustable, so they were really, really tight. It wasn't bad whenever I was standing up, but when I was sitting down, it like pushed on my bladder. And I thought I could make it all the way home, and then I parked, and as soon as I went to go step out, just so I'm a lot more responsible when I pick out my high-waisted pants now and shorts. I actually still have those shorts. They're really cute. Was it worth pissing on myself? Don't think so. Oh yeah. Get into it. Get into it. All this freaking hair. Oh my god, I gotta get my roots done. I really do need to dye my hair again. Look at my new curls. I love it. To keep my hair up? What do you mean? Like, just like hair in general? There's a tickle in my throat, and I think it's hair, actually. I have a hair ball now. I mean, everyone's hair is different. For my hair, personally, keeping it hydrated, and the way to do that is by giving it water. So, washing your hair when your hair is dry, and not putting a lot of product on it and caking it up. The less products I use, the healthier my hair has been. Do you have thin hair? See, I can't. It's not like I can run my fingers through my hair or anything like that to make it greasy. Personally, I would love if my hair got greasy. I would love for it to get that kind of moisture from something that I didn't have to put in it. This kind of thing. I meant like, I guess fine, like fine hair. If that makes sense. Y'all, I have this pain right here when I turn my neck. That's how I'm getting old. Oh my god. When your neck starts hurting, or like, it's all downhill from here. I do have these stretch ropes things. Do yoga? Yeah, I need to. I really do want to get into yoga. And kickboxing. Do they have like stupid stuff like goat yoga in the UK? Or is that just an American thing? It's literally you're laying down while a bunch of goats runs around you and takes shits. Pretty much. Just frolic around. Americans aren't real. I think they have that. I think they do it with dogs too. Do I want to stream some Rocket League real quick? Oh my god. Oh, like serial killer want to stare like that. How come I want to do kickboxing? Because I have really strong legs, so why not make them stronger? And I feel like it's like, it can be self-defense and working out in one. But, yeah. I want to do something that's like a full body workout. That has like an objective to it that takes my mind off the fact that I have to work out. That makes sense. That's why. That is why. Yo, what do I want to do? If you go into a street fight with karate skills, you are getting your ass whooped. Whooped. Whoopity whooped. Whoopity 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 whooped. There are a lot of people that do those classes, like karate classes, all that kind of stuff, and with the mindset that it will help them whoop someone's ass one day. Yeah. But I guess, well, no, with kickboxing, you punch too. I do. I'm hanging out with some friends. What about you? What about you? Now I'm like in a trance. Cause I want to play Rocket League. Do I feel like moving it all over right now? Karate could help if you could kick the shit out of him. You're only going to be able to get so many karate kicks in. Because I don't think they teach you how to stomp out someone in karate. But I don't know. I've never taken karate. So. But none of the shit ain't. Wait, you see, this is how you were probably like. I don't know what kind of belt you probably made it to. Yes. And that's why karate would not get you far here. I wish it was more honorable and people wouldn't shoot people. But just duked it out the good old way. Yeah. That's America. Here, if you get stabbed, that's like a personal thing. Stabbing someone's actually very intimate, if you think about it. You have to be like, I don't know, you have to be super close, and then also like, isn't it hard to stab someone? Like, it's like tough. That's what I was like. I watch all those murder documentaries and stuff. They're like, it was personal because she was stabbed 72 times in her upper abdomen. Please don't manifest you getting stabbed. These curls turned out good. Okay. I'm gonna start cutting the grass more when I'm doing my deep conditioner. That's insane. It's completely different. No. Honestly, the easiest way to take me out would probably be drowning me. I'm a great swimmer. However, the other weekend, I took a shot of tequila and something happened in between. Like, I was going to swallow it and I either, like, I had to cough or, like, something happened to where the shot got stuck, like, in this area and it was blocking both airways. Like, I could not breathe through my nose or my mouth. And I was like, I thought I was dying. So, technically, I almost drowned standing up on tequila. So, you get me laying down and drown me, you probably got it. I ain't gonna lie. It was scary. Light flashed right before my eyes. Took my ass to bed after that. Nothing never happened to me like that before. I hope it never happens again. That was scary. For sure. For sure. You have a lot of time to think while you're drowning. Kinda. I don't know if you consider that. Actually, that's probably choking. I should. No. Drinking and swimming is fun because when you're in the water and stuff, you don't realize how drunk you are or how you feel. And when you get out of the water, you're like, whoa. Still feel the motion of the ocean. Drowning's supposed to be euphoric. Where have you heard that from? If someone... No. What? That's a weird kinky shit, Sam. That's like that one kink, where they like, sensory deprivation. Not initially, but like, are you talking about like the coming back to life part? Like, at what point of the drowning process would be euphoric? Who are you asking these? Who you ask? It's like on Family Feud. Who y'all asking these questions to? Book about serial killers. Love it already. Serial killers fascinate me. And cults. And a couple survived, but when they were describing it, they said after the initial panic, they kind of accepted death and they experienced a calmness they hadn't felt before. Isn't that like... That's essentially what... I don't know if I know David Tennant. Not good news. Essentially, like, sensory deprivation does the same thing. Like, it silences... like everything. All your senses are deprived, so nothing is getting in your noggin, in your head, and it's like just calm. But they both felt that way. That's interesting. But also, they're like, I know that there's certain things that you, like, is it adrenaline? When you experience adrenaline with someone, it like bonds you in a way. So like if you go on a date, if you take someone on a first date, you're more likely to have a successful date or whatever, and it go well, yada yada yada. If y'all go do something that involves adrenaline, so like roller coasters, scary movie, blah 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 blah. Yeah, they have those here too. I forgot what they're called. I'd actually bought it for no. Um so thrilling. Never felt more alive. But I mean, some people probably do get something off of that. Like, I feel seen and heard and touched. Okay, pals. Sam, it's been lovely talking to you. Paul, if you're still here, it's been lovely talking to you. I got to get going because I got shits to do. And I'm glad I could stream some today because I won't be streaming tonight. I won't be streaming the game tonight. But tomorrow, for you losers that don't have no Friday plans, I gotcha. I think. Unless I end up getting plans. And they sound pretty good. So, oh, I do get new tires tomorrow. That's great. Thank you. You have a good night. What do I want to... moron. There we go. I was actually thinking about that the other day. What's your @ name on there? Thank you, Miguel. I would not expect anything less specific from you for a username. Okay. Good night, or goodbye, y'all. Have a great day. Have a wing dang doodle of a day. Talk to you later.